Evening will primarily be devoted to the band playing, and also you can continue to mingle and enjoy yourselves. Have a safe journey home. And there's one last little thing that I would like to talk about, and that is that, you know, with 50 years behind us now, we hope that we have matured at least a little tiny bit, and we've gained some wisdom, and we've also gained some humility. So I have a little story about that. My younger son, when he was in high school, all my kids went to and graduated from Tam High. Anyway, when he was a sophomore, he had a girlfriend, and he wasn't too sure what she was going to look like. She was a pretty woman, young woman, but he wasn't sure what she would look like when she got older. So he said, you know, I'm a little bit worried about this. You know, what do you think? And I said, well, you know, often children look like their parents, so you might go and have a look at her mother and see if she's going to be, you know, as good looking as her mother maybe. So he had actually visited there many times and knew that she was an attractive, pleasant woman, and boy, was he ever relieved. And he said, oh man, this is great, thanks Dad. And a look of relief had come over his face. So that's the wisdom. That's what passes for wisdom in our cul-de-sac, anyway. But then, after he was so relieved, suddenly a little cloud of doubt came to him, and all of a sudden it became almost panic, and he was so concerned. I said, what's the matter? And he said, well, does this mean that when the girls wonder what I'll look like when I get old, they look at you? So that's the humility. Anyway, thank you all for coming, and enjoy the rest of the evening. On the moon, and in 1991 the Soviet Union collapsed, and there's population growth from 3 billion to 7 billion from 62 to right now. So some things change, and they're not always for the better, but some things just get better with age, and that's old friends and fine wine. And to that I say, don't mind if I do. So I'll give you a brief overview of what we're going to do here. Next I'll tell you a little bit about the band that will be playing, or rather the band that will not be playing. Then we'll have faculty recognition of those faculty members that are here tonight. We'll talk about, or identify, the people who worked on the reunion here, the reunion committee, so to speak. Then we'll have a little game with where people stand up, everybody stands up, and then progressively those that have traveled less distance to here will sit down, and finally there'll be one person standing. So that's the fun thing we'll do. I'm going to talk about the reunion disc, which we will have instead of a reunion yearbook, and have some questions and answers, period, where you can provide your anecdotes or whatnot, and then describe the events for the rest of the evening, which will take about 10 seconds. So the sad news, many of you probably know it, but the Ramrods won't be able to play tonight. That's Bob Elbachton's band. The Ramrods were listed in the invitations that went out, but sadly Bob passed away between when they were sent out and now. So another band will be playing, and that'll be Don Sanders' band, the House Party Boogie Band. And I think Don has a few words that he can say about Bob Elbachton now.
Oh man, Bob was a soul brother. You know, sometimes you just don't realize how much somebody means to you until they go away. And I think, you know, Bob touched so many of you here, and I've had conversations with a lot of you before dinner, and there was just great expressions about Bob's kindness. And we've lost other classmates, of course, but we're kind of bringing Bob up because he was on the planning committee, and it really you know, made us pause for a minute when all of a sudden we lost him, and him, you know, coming back with the band. He got together with Scott Hale, and Scott Hale had a playlist that they used to play in the 60s and everything. So I just want to say, excuse me, I don't know what to say. I think you all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, love you, Bob.
So the next segment, we're going to recognize the faculty who are here tonight. So we have had about 4 or 5 reunions. There's and every class probably does, a 10-year and 20-year, maybe a 25, 30. There's probably 5 or 6 reunions every single year. We are really honored to have those of you who have come tonight, because we know you probably have a lot of things to do, and you probably have several invitations each year, so thank you for coming. Now, Sybil Cobb Boudreau, I should say, can walk up here now, and she will introduce the faculty members who are here. Thanks, Sybil.
I thought you were coming to me.
Herr Schwarzbart was teaching German and also was the foreign language department chair for quite a while at Tam.
Exactly.
Next, we have the man with the rapier wit. He knows who I'm talking about. Bill Wallace. English teacher and counselor extraordinaire. We have an impresario in our midst, Bob Greenwood. Can you give us a hand? Or here with his lovely wife. In the year that we graduated, he put on an extravaganza of Carousel, and I'm sure we all probably remember going to see that. Thank you. Thank you. Belden taught us things in social studies, and someone tried out to get out of learning about British history by saying, well, I know about the Duke of Earl. Mr. Belden, thank you for being here. I have to make a confession. I guess all girls in high school have crushes, right? Does that ring a bell? On your teachers? Linda Larson and I had a crush on our Latin teacher. We'd blush when he walked in the room. And when he went down in front of everyone at Mead Theater, got up and impersonated Elvis Presley, we just about went nuts. Jim Fitzgerald, counselor, Latin teacher, administrator, and lawyer today. Next is Pete Belden, social studies. Jim Hanreddy, who was a coach, principal, and taught at 2 high schools, Tam and Redwood. Thank you, thank you. last. We have an administrator who was Dean of Women, Dean of Girls, they called it then, when we were today. Alice Dolan. A few words about Alice. After graduating from Stanford University with a degree in education, she decided to go back near her family residence in Bridgeport and teach at Bodie in a one-room schoolhouse. She made her way from her 9 students to eventually head the administration of Dean of Women in Tam High. We're very happy. She's 99 years old tomorrow. Okay, that's it. Let's give everybody a round of applause one more time.
Identify the reunion committee members, and Jan Kaiser is going to do that.
Thank you, Peter. It takes quite a few that they've put into it. And the first on my list is someone who's not here, but still deserves to be recognized. And that's Carol Aragon Morris, who didn't come from Tennessee to be here with us tonight. Also, Rue Lamar. Rue, where are you? Would you please stand up? Rue helped in our planning. Mary Nalquist Dodge. She was a surgeon and has come up from Los Angeles to be with us. There she is. Thank you, Mary. Mark Hazel. Mark Hazel is... Mark, stay up. Mark has come down from British Columbia. And I now know on the Vancouver Island, I believe it is. Thank you, Mark. Ray McCollum. Ray was one of our searchers also. And unfortunately, she has a talent that most of us don't want to have. She finds people that are no longer with us. Craig Shiner. Craig, I know you don't think, there you go. Craig has been a counselor to us, telling us how to do things that we otherwise ran into roadblocks on trying to accomplish. Thank you, Craig. Linda Anglin. Linda Anglin knows how to throw parties. The table decorations, although disturbed by the wind, are the creation of Linda, the floral arrangements, and thank you, Linda. Carolyn Buggy Elkins. Carolyn is going to be the publisher and assembler of the book, or the DVD or CD that you're all going to send in your bios on, please. Thank you, Carolyn. Jack Mosier. Jack Mosier was our realist. He kept telling us, you can't do it that way. You really can't. You really can't. Thank you, Jack. Larry Bryson. We're in a connected world, people. I'm sorry to say, and there are very few of us of our age that understand how this all works. Larry's one that does. We needed him. He produced the website. Thank you, Larry. Don Sanders, our DJ. Where did you go, Don? You can't walk around on us. You can't leave us. The rest of the evening is yours. Don is also a master of common sense. He doesn't stand for frivolity in a meeting. He says, no, that's not going to work that way. If you can't figure out how to do it, I'll do it myself. And he has. Pete Henley. Pete is forever saying, I will not participate, I will not do it. And when he doesn't come to meetings, he therefore gets the job. Thank you, Pete. Sybil Cobb. Thank you very much, Sybil, for bringing together the educators that we owe so much of our lives to. Sybil, where are you? Thank you, Sybil. Judy Jacobson Duncan. Judy has been our printer. She has saved hundreds and hundreds of dollars by printing last-minute things that we really needed, like name tags. That's not something that most of us have the skill in doing, but Judy, with some help from Carolyn Buggy, got the name tags done and have done so much more. Judy was also one of the principal finders of you. She spent hours upon hours going through various online search engines looking for you and was very successful in finding you. Thank you, Judy. Pat Mizinski Butler. Pat, please stand up. Because of all of the people in this group, Pat found more of you than anyone else, by far. Now, Pat did all of this by a computer out of the marvelous town of Boulder, Colorado. And in my household, she's known as Colorado, just for that. Thank you, Pat. Susie Jacobs. Susie, I apologize. Susie, where are you? Okay, thank you. Susie is our Energizer Bunny. She always declines to take on a job and then does it anyway. She's the one who brought us out here. She's been marvelous. And I don't know how... Excuse me? Okay. Sorry, Susie. We could not have put this together without your marvelous energy. And Edith Kelly Politis. Edith, would you come up here, please? He gave Edith a call and said, you know, it's been a long time since we've had a reunion. What do you think? And Edith said, of course, it's time to party. And this is the result. We've gotten together, 137 plus of us. I don't know what the end count is, but it's Edith's web spinning, for lack of a better phrase, that has brought the team here together and has produced this marvelous evening. Edith, if you let me have a moment. Thank you, Edith. Our Energizer Bunny knew what you were going to wear. Of course you did. Kate.
Yes, we did. Yeah, right. Go.
I said,
wait. All right. Oh, yes, I did that.
okay, 1, 3.
I know. You. You know what? Actually, well, you.
No, Rob, it's going to be done eventually, and it'll be great. It's all going to be
Linda got that off. Yeah, right. Exactly.
There 1 year, so I don't have a whole lot of words of wisdom.
But he played football, so he would.
But it's nice. We got such a great turnout, I can tell you that. And it's good to see some guys that I haven't seen in a long time. Tex Hamilton, Elmer Collette, Jack Mosier, Edith Kelly. Lots of others. Hopefully see some others I know, but very few know me because I was only there for a short period of time. But it's a great opportunity to come out and meet all of them. Really enjoy.
Well, cheers. Enjoy. But that's all right. Any words of wisdom?
Well, they've aged well.
Fantastic.
All these young people. Last time I saw them, they were 18.
And what about advice for the future?
Oh, no. We're too old for advice for the future. Keep going. Whatever you're doing the right thing if you're here. Okay?
This is Sarah's taking pictures. Come on, stay here, everybody. Okay, Sarah's taking pictures and would love to have a little audio to go along with it.
Oh,
so we do words of wisdom or anything about, Sandy's a writer and she's on Facebook and we have reconnected just because of this class reunion, which I love. I absolutely love it. And I'm hooked up. Hold on. Connected.
In the meantime,
Can you hold my glass? This is okay. This is part. It's all candid, right? I don't want to record. How fun this is.
So in the meantime, ladies, do you have any words of wisdom for your class?
Keep on biking. That's the way to keep young and not let your knees get shot. Right.
Stop tennis before your knees are
Stop tennis before
Before your knees get ruined.
Anyway, we're having a wonderful time, and I hope to get to interview a bunch of people.
looks great as usual. She looked the same. Well, I recognize Tassie too, though. I mean, that's what Steve watches and watches things. I went through breast cancer and then I went through open heart surgery.
Oh, you did too? I have a friend.
Do you have any stories that you remember? Any special day or event? All right,
Okay.
so Don Sanders.
Yep, this is Don Sanders. Don and I, we hung out a little bit here and there, but he had that, the 55 Nomad wagon, yellow and white, and if you pushed in the back, it opened up, and he had a record player in there. And so everybody, whenever we had a party, the Tabernacle, I think that's what we called it, way up in, it was an old fire road up in Mill Valley. And, but anyway, he had the record player. And then we had music. And then you punch on the other side, and that was the booze.
He's always in trouble, and now he's still the DJ today.
Now everybody will know.
For sure. Especially where your secret spot was.
Right.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, the old Tabernacle, that's what we called it.
And what else? Did you have a fast car or?
Well, I kind of did. At that time I didn't, but later on I bought John Martini's 51 Chevy and it had a Corvette 6 in it. And it was pretty nice.
I would think so. Fantastic. Well, do you have any words of wisdom to pass on to your class?
Oh, God. Just have fun. We're at a stage and age now. That's what we have to do.
Best thing to do. Perfect.
We got to get together and talk a little.
Yeah, I know. I was going to go over there and talk to you, but...
Cheers. Thank you. That was awesome.
We're old and we have no wisdom.
We've lost our minds.
We've lost our minds. There's no wisdom. No wisdom.
We have a lot of wisdom, but we won't tell it.
It's a secret. We're going to let the younger generation figure it out for themselves.
They won't listen anyway, right?
That's right.
Well, what should everyone do to prepare for the 60th anniversary?
Stay alive. And that requires certain medical procedures that some people haven't done to this.
Our Pilates teacher is our goddess.
Our nutritionist too. Yeah, just stay in touch.
And what's something that, since you all went to TAM, what's something that you know that we don't know? That others don't?
Are you from TAM?
I'm not from TAM.
You're not a TAM?
Not a TAM.
Whoa.
That you never know which way your path will turn, and it will turn in unexpected ways despite what you best plan. So get over it.
And get over it.
And get on it.
Fantastic. Well, cheers.
Off the top of my head, I cannot think of anything. I'm just glad that we're here and to see some of the people. I'm sorry I missed the last one.
So what should everyone do to prepare for the next one?
Live. Live.
That was good. At this stage of the game, that's
Word of wisdom for the class? Oh, yeah, just go ahead and do it.
I think, when you think about
just do it. Don't listen to your grandkids. Just do it.
Type of people in our class in those times, they were pretty much down to earth people. They were
never stop progressing. And don't pay any attention to your grandkids. Just go ahead and do it.
Parents were not very grandkids, so they most of them, they have the value.
Are they telling you not to do things?
Yeah, my